This meeting is now being recorded.
Hello, my name is Jane Gibbon, and I am from SAP, part of the GRC Support Division. The purpose of this recording is to show you the process I go through when customers believe that the risk analysis and remediation reports are incorrect. Specifically, the customer believes someone should be showing on the risk analysis and remediation report that is not showing. This is known as a false negative. So I'm first going to run a risk analysis and remediation report for this user, and I'm first going to run it at action level. Now when I run this report at the action level, the user is showing as having this risk, which is correct, and the customer understands that. However, when I go back and then execute it at the permission level, the risk no longer shows for this user. The customer feels that this is not correct and the user can do this risk and believes that risk analysis and remediation is giving false reports. The first thing I do is I go to the rule architect and I click on permission rules, and in the action rule ID, I put the action rule ID that they're concerned about. What this will do is it will show me line by line the permission level rules that are configured for this rule. The thing to understand about risk analysis and remediation is that it reports based on this master data that is in your rules and how SAP security works in the back end. What that means is that for this rule, the user must have ME21N and MIGO along with the authorization object MSEG BWE with activity 01 with movement types 101 to 106 or 122, and they have to have MBES DSA with activity 01. The fact that this user is not reporting means that the user does not satisfy one of these rules. We already know that they have the transaction codes because they showed at the action level. So the first thing I'm going to do is find out whether they have MSEG BWE, what roles they have, and then what values they have. To do this, go into your backend SAP system and go to transaction code SUIM. From there, click on roles, and then roles by complex selection criteria. Enter the user ID you're reviewing, and then the auth object. In this situation, I'm just going to put the auth object itself. I'm not going to put the values. From there, click on execute. Now this user does have this authorization object, so I'm going to click on this role, and then I'm going to go into the Authorizations tab to view the exact settings that this user has for MSEG BWE. In this case, the user only has movement type 999. Going back to our rules, we said that only if the user has movement types 101 to 106 or 122 should they show as having this risk. So based on the configuration of your rules, risk analysis and remediation is reporting correctly. The question to your management then is, are my rules correct? It could be that your business has defined a new movement type that will allow users to post to purchase orders using movement type 999. If that's the case, you need to edit your rules to include movement type 999 in this function, ZMM5, so that then this user will begin reporting. Otherwise, risk analysis and remediation is reporting correctly, and this user does not have the risk as you've defined it in the risk analysis and remediation rule set. Thank you for your time.